Alrighty. Let's take a look at the market. We're going to look at the weekly, the daily. We'll look at my trade that I made today, and we'll look at the trade of the day as well on the charts. Okay, so let's get started here on the weekly chart. You know, last week I said if this candlestick right here, I said if it finishes, a red or kind of a doji, then the market, there was a good chance the market was going to pull back. But if it finished, strong and green like this, that was going to muddy the waters, and it wasn't clear what this week was going to do. Well, it's kind of clear now. Look at this big red candlestick we got going on now. Range of 76. Most of it's red. And this January 14th cycle low, yeah, it's pretty much probably on. It might even be a week delayed. As we look at the daily chart, I'll show you that, show what I'm talking about. But look at this divergence continue to go on. This is pointing this way. Okay, this is not a super weak kind of event up here at the top with these, let's call these 4 candlesticks here. But, this may not be over yet. This little pullback we got going on here may not be over yet, okay? And then, of course, we got out here still late March for a projected cycle low out here with these, both the blue and the green cycles. Let me just take a look. What is the green one? Is it like April or something? Yeah, it's April 7th. So kind of projected for the last week or the first week of April, right in here, could see a pretty big decline in the market, okay? But let's look over at the daily. Let's talk about what's going on right here. All right, so here we are on the daily chart. And I said to my members yesterday, and I think the day before, that I had reworked these daily cycles, and this January 21st cycle is showing up. And I think this is kind of a sneaky cycle low that people weren't prepared for, but I believe we're in the middle of it, and it's happening. And today and yesterday, I think, kind of proved that this is going to happen, okay? We're going to see a pullback. I said to the members yesterday, in the last couple days, that I thought the market was going to pull down to 47.43. Well, guys and gals, what did it get down to today? 47.46. So there you go. Comes right down, touches the 47.43 support. A little bit of a retracement here at the very end of the day. All right. Do I think this is over? No, I don't. I think Thursday and Friday, we're going to see more decline. Let's take a look at these yellow cycles. Let's go back. Why do I say that? Let's do this together. I'll make this a little bit darker so it's a little more obvious. So we're looking at these yellow cycles, right? All these yellow cycles. If you're not familiar with cycle analysis, wherever these 2 cycles come together, we're looking to see if the price is going to decline. Okay, even back here, look at this one. Look back here. Way back here, March of, I guess this was 2023, yeah. Look at this, the price came down. Here's the cycle low, right? So we got a cycle low there. Did the price come down? Yeah, it did. What about into this one? Yeah, we had a little pullback right here. What about here? Sure enough, did. Pullback. Okay, what about this one? Yep, nice, huge pullback. What about this one? Bang on. Boom. What about this one? Believe it or not, that sideways mess is a cycle low. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with cycle analysis, you may be saying, I don't see any price decline there. That's correct. There is no price decline. But when you have a really strong market like this, a bullish trend going on, cycle lows will often show up just as the market consolidating and tracking sideways. That's it. You'll just get chop, and then it continues on. So that's, believe it or not, is a cycle low. Okay. Now, what do we got going on here? Here we are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cycles in a row. Okay, we've had, let's just say 5 out of these 6, we had price decline. This one just tracked sideways. So what's this one doing? My point is that this yellow cycle has been extremely reliable, right? Very predictable. That's the beauty of cycle analysis. It's forecasting into the future what might happen. Okay, now that we've got kind of the 101 lesson done, let's take a look at this. We're zeroing in on January 21st. That happens to be a Sunday. So tomorrow, which is Thursday, would be the 18th, and Friday be the 19th. So those are the 2 likely days where we'll see this low probably complete itself. It could even go into early part of next week. It's possible. All right. But I think Thursday and Friday, we're going to see a little more blood in the water. I think we're going to get below this 47.43. And the immediate numbers are this bottom of this candlestick right here and the bottom of this candlestick. So these two candlesticks right here would be the immediate supports. Let's take a look. What are they? 47.27 and 47.02. All right. So you might want to put those numbers down. 47.27, okay, is this one, and 47.02 is that one. So in other words, tomorrow, Friday, whatever, Thursday, Friday, you might see something like this going on, right? Down into this area. Okay, we'll have to see what happens in the overnight session tonight, the futures session, because we're looking at futures here, right? That's S&P 500 futures, right? But I think there's a decent chance we're going to get below this 47.43. And look at this. This is just like, let's do this. All right. Also, some data came in tonight that supports my forecast. That's all I'm going to say about that. If you want to know more details, become a member. Stick around to the end of the video, and I will tell you how to become a member. This way you get the nightly emails, you get my specifics about what I think the market's going to do, more detailed stuff like that, okay? And my reasoning behind it and stuff like that. Because I don't always share this kind of detailed information publicly, right? I don't always say exactly, oh, it's going to come down to this, it's going to do that. Today I'm kind of doing that, but often I'll just say, I might just keep it generic and say, I expect more market decline, and I won't say what, or when, or how much. All right. I mean, the wins are kind of obvious, but a lot of times I forecast, well, sometimes, I shouldn't say a lot of times, sometimes I forecast that actually the next day, like I did in this video. Actually forecast the next day. All right. I don't hear many people out there doing that. I'm not trying to be an egomaniac. I'm just saying, you know, that not many people are willing to take that chance to forecast day by day. I don't always do it, but with the members, I try to do it. Sometimes if I'm not sure, I don't say anything in email about a daily forecast, but I might mention a cycle low and I might give my thoughts about what I think the market's going to do generically. Okay. So it's all really important information. Okay, the universe indicators are not on here, but again, if you want that, become a member, okay? And I'll talk about that in the nightly emails tonight to the members. All right, so yep, I think January 21st is going to happen. I think more price decline. I already talked about where I think the near supports are. If we get down into this area, down into here, like below this 47.02, then 46.52 is definitely going to be coming, would be a possibility, okay? But we'll have to see how the next 2 days go before we start talking about that. You know, this kind of retracted up here, right? And the day kind of typical, you get this little retraction, little small bounce. May not mean anything, kind of just market maker stuff. So tonight, I actually think it's gonna be a decent overnight session for futures. Okay, let's move on to my trade for the day. All right, here's my profit loss for the day, $1,025. You know, I had to trade a few more contracts than I normally like. I traded a total of 12. I did a little scalp last night. Then there was several trades throughout the day. This wasn't 12 trades. It was actually 6 trades because I trade 2 contracts each. You can see right here, I'm always doing 2 at a time. So that's a total of 12 contracts. This number here is contracts. So I had 6 trades. I prefer to do like 2 or 3 a day. Keep the commissions lower, you know, and just be more accurate. You know, a lot, we start getting into like, you know, 6, 7, 8 trades, you're getting too busy. But today I was being kind of cautious. The market was just at the bottom the whole day. It was just constantly just a little bounce on the 5 down, a little bounce on the 5 down. It was just constantly fishing around towards the bottom. So it made it a little bit challenging for me to trade and make sure I didn't get caught on the wrong side of direction. But nevertheless, got it done. My goal is try to make $1,000 a day. I did. Try to get a little extra in there to overcome the commissions. So really good, positive, profitable day. I like it. Just briefly, some of my own personal goals, you know, are obviously to increase this position size. This is the E-mini. I like to see this be 3 or 4 contracts being traded at per position rather than 2. And I think hopefully that can happen here as the count continues to grow. If I can continue to keep meeting my goals, I think that'll be doable. It's good to have goals, guys and gals. You should be always striving, no matter what your account size is. Set some goals for yourself and work at achieving it, okay? there was something else I was going to talk about, but I can't remember exactly what it was. So it was something more to do with, I think, kind of the emotional, psychological aspect of trading. And maybe I'll deal with that in a different video because I don't want to make this a long video. Okay, let's look at the trade of the day and get back to the charts. All right, we're going to look at two charts, the 15-minute, then we'll look at the 5-minute. So last night, right here on this alert, I actually entered a trade right here. This is the beginning of the new day, right at this line. This is 5 o'clock my time, and all the way through the night, 5 o'clock, going into midnight, coming into today, pre-market, all the way to close. Look at this. The whole day was down. The whole day. Remember, this is the 15-minute chart we're looking at here. So I entered a position last night, took a scalp last night. I mean, I'm not upset that I had a nice scalp here. It's like a $225 scalp, but just look at this. You know, sometimes you just got to, like, you know, yeah, just imagine. Don't get out of the position, right? $5,000 day, right? Okay, anyway, so this was actually pretty good trade right here. Look at this perfect trade, guys and gals. You gotta be looking for these opportunities. Look how high the SMI is up here. It rolls over. This was just sitting a little bit above positive territory at that time. I mean, perfect timing. It rolls over like that, and boom, bombs away. And even looking at this now, you know, probably I just need to be a little more patient because this was just a huge moneymaker all the way to the bottom, which ended up being somewhere like in that area. Okay. You're looking at over 10 points, like probably like 10 or 11 points. That would have been like $1,100 right there if I just was a little patient. But you know, you got to sleep, you got to eat, you got to do other things in life, so whatever. But anyway, this was a really good trade. Even this one wasn't bad. Okay, so for those people that have futures accounts, you might want to be looking at the nighttime session, especially right now. The market's been very, you know, active enough to where nighttime profits are there. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. So here we are on the 5-minute chart. And any one of these three right here really wasn't a bad trade. All of these were pretty good because all of them ended up being just huge. I mean, this one was pretty good. You can see right here. And this one was probably the best of all of them. This was right here. A little tricky, but even if you got in right there, you waited out and then huge money, guys and gals. Look at this. You're talking 20 points for the profit right there. Super nice. There was another one right here. This was at 10:30. I took advantage of this right in here. Look at that. Bing, bang. I was waiting for this thing. It was crawling and crawling and crawling and crawling. It finally got up there. I was looking at the 15-minute chart too, and I said, okay, I took it short right in this area. Worked out good. So this was a trade I actually made right here. Okay. All right, so if you want to become a member, there's instructions below this video. Make sure you read them very carefully so you don't have any problems joining. Once you've done that, click on the link, the Discord link. It's going to bring you over to this Get a Server. You click on Server Shop, and you come to this page right here, $7.99, guys. You get the streaming charts down here. You get the Get Us Plus alert, okay? Get Us Plus indicator, sorry. The indicator sends alerts to this channel here, so super nice. Even if you're not watching the stream, you can still get the alerts. There's alerts going on for all this stuff as well. Okay, this S&P 500 is a stream with the alerts. This is just alerts only. There's no streaming charts for this. Okay, can't stream everything. But okay, so that's really nice. Gold, crude oil, top 30 stocks, S&P 500, and the Nasdaq. Okay, I already kind of showed this in the trade of the day here. The streaming charts with the alerts, so super nice. Premium symbols, really great channel. You want to check that out. A lot of premium symbols there. I put them there every day, Monday through Thursday after the market's closed. Okay. Sometimes I trade currency. If I do, I put something in there. If you want the nightly emails I talked about earlier, okay, I always send out an email to the members every night, Monday through Thursday, with the S&P 500 daily chart attached to it. And I give a few sentences, of what I think the market's going to do. Okay, really helpful email for those people that kind of don't have a chance to watch the videos. All right, fixed income. If I trade some corporate bonds from time to time, I put them in there. This is just generic chat for everybody. Right, so everything here. The streaming charts, the nightly email, and everything else you're seeing here, the symbols, all this comes with for the $7.99. I mean, it's crazy value. Right, this channel here is just kind of like, hello, welcome to the server. There's nothing really in there. Okay, here's the rules. Please read the rules. There's the refund rules are in there. There's please be nice to everybody else rules. Otherwise, I got to kick you from the server. don't make me kick you from the server. Don't post rude stuff, nasty pictures, nothing like that. I don't tolerate that on this server. Okay, so please be nice. And then there's also in the rules is a disclaimer that I'm not a financial advisor. I only give my opinion. Okay, that pretty much covers it. Happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. We talk to you all real soon again next time.